Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from whatever you're watching on this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we had 3 mass action in this country. And the reason why we were having the mass action was because of 3 things. Number 1, which made everyone to come out in the street, was the cost of living. Number 2, Azimio were talking about the issue of opening the server to know the rightful winner of the 2022 general election. That is presidential. Number 3, the issue to do with the constituting of the new IBC. For Azimio side, they felt that Ruto has left them out and they want to single-handedly source the new 7 IBC commissioners. These were 3 main issues that took Kenyans to the street. But then, having had the situation on the street, the run between the police and the Kenyans who are demonstrating, William Ruto found a reason to call for Raila Odinga in a dialogue rather than continuing to have the mass action. And Ruto issued a statement saying that he's calling for a talk on issues that Azimio is raising. And that is what initiated the bipartisan dialogue. So it means Azimio had a message and William Ruto found a reason to associate with himself with that message. So we have had the Azimio that has released the 7 members who are going to be part of that committee, and the Kenya Kwanza 7 members. When Azimio released their 7 members, they still maintain their position on matters they are going to discuss in the bipartisan dialogue. Cost of living, IBC, servers. And when they talk about cost of living, we're talking about bringing back the subsidy on unga, fuel subsidy, electricity tariff, then school fees. Those are the major issues. So yesterday I listened to the Kenya Kwanza when they were releasing their presser after appointing the 7 committee members. But if you listen to them, you find they're talking about something different from what Azimio has been pushing for. Because I listened very carefully to Aaron Cheriot and Kimani Ichung'wah. For them, they are saying that their policy on economy, it is working. Then you wonder. They talked about the issue of subsidy. According to them, they believe that subsidies are proved not to be working. They are saying that before election, unga, during the subsidy, unga was going for 250 shillings, which is a big lie. And they are saying as of now, unga is going for 180. So you look at that, you find a team that is dishonest with the truth. And after they were listening to these people, they now release a presser, which is seemingly a response to that, and it's like they are calling for another town hall meeting and a people's baraza ahead of the mass action that's going to take place on 13th. So we want to look deeper into the Azimio response and the way forward. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. You know, when you are digging a hole and you find it so much difficult to get out of the hole, the best thing to do is to stop digging the hole. Azimio have dug the hole. Not Azimio, Kenya Kwanza have been digging a hole. And the problem is that instead of getting out of the hole, they are still continuing to dig that hole. And if they're not careful, they will find it so much hard to govern this country. Because we do not expect them to issue that kind of counter response narrative to Azimio when they're preparing to go into an engagement. Engagement means they have to reach a consensus and make an agreement going forward. This is what Opera release, press release, announcement of public engagement by Azimio la Umoja. On 1st April 2023, we called off street demonstration against the Kenya Kwanza regime to give away for a structured dialogue on issues we felt are critical to well-being of the country, namely, number 1, high cost of unga, fuel, electricity, and school fees. Number 2, opening and auditing of the IBC servers. Number 3, protection of the letter and the spirit of fidelity to multi-party democracy. Imambo ya kina Jalango kupigiwa kura hapa wanakimbia huku wakina Ura and the team. Number 4, adherence to the principle of inclusivity in appointment of civil servants. We have seen William Ruto who has made this government to be largely a Kikuyu Kalenjin. The other communities are just being picked, like, you know, moja moja hivi. But it's largely a Kikuyu Kalenjin appointment. 65% of the appointment up to now is a Kikuyu Kalenjin. So you find that 5% is the one that has been distributed to other communities. That's what they're talking about this. So they have already reminded Kenyans and their supporters on matters that they are going to have a dialogue about. That is the main issue of that dialogue. So it's a reminder in response to what Kenya Kwanza have talked about. Now, they continued. It is this regard that we make the following pronouncement. Number 1, we have today appointed Senior Counsel Honorable Dr. Paul Otiende Amolo to serve as chairman of the 7-member team of negotiation agreed on last week. Now, Otiende atakuwa na chair mambo. Number 2, as the negotiations take up their responsibility, we will embark on a series of direct engagement with members of the public through town hall meeting and a public baraza. Now, Raila is trying to introduce something new here, because in the beginning, you know, people had a feeling that as the dialogue has started, Raila has moved away from the people, and now he's engaging himself with William Ruto in this dialogue. And you can hear the voice from the Bunge la Wananchi and Kenyans across the country saying that Raila itisha maandamano tuendelee na maandamano. Hii dialogue hakuna mahali inatupeleka. So there was a kind of a feeling that Raila is now moving away from the people. Ameacha watu. So Raila is learning this, and now he's saying that in as much bipartisan dialogue will be continuing, we will continue to have the town hall meetings. That means discussion will be continuing, will be going on continuously, and they will be having the people's baraza. Now this is different from Mandamano. It's not a Mandamano, it's not a mass action, it is people's baraza. Listening to the people and trying to engage with the people and explaining way forward. So Raila is coming back to the people. That's what I'm learning from that point. Number 2, in this dialogue, William Ruto did not show much interest on the issue of sorting out the cost of living by bringing back subsidy, lowering taxes on the basic commodities. He has never come out clear on this. This other team told us yesterday that the issue of bottom up is working, trickle down was not working. So because of that, they will not go into the issue of subsidies. Raila now is coming up here and he's bringing back the people in what he's saying that they are going to have the people's baraza continuously. This is a message to tell William Ruto that these people are here. And this engagement is not only between me and you. It is also about these people. And the issue behind these people is the cost of living. That is unnegotiable. It is number 1 priority on the table. So you cannot run away from this issue. And that is what has informed the bringing back of the people's baraza to checkmate this committee. Anytime they will move away from the main agenda of cost of living, then it will be very easy for Raila Odinga to recall for mass action. So unaweka tu watu stand by in what we are referring to as people's baraza. So engagement is back and Raila is coming back close to the people. We continue. Number 3. Number 3. We will hold the first town hall meeting in Nairobi on Thursday, 13th April 2023, to be followed by a people's baraza at Kamukunji ground on Saturday, 16 April 2023. So 13, a meeting. 16, People's Baraza. So it is going to be continuous. Number 4, the purpose of town hall meeting and public baraza is to enable the party explain to the people where we are and the upcoming course of action following the suspension of the protest. So they want to have that engagement and continuous conversation to continue to explain to the people so far where they have reached. So the engagement is going to be about the people, as we have said. Number 5, the letter and spirit of fidelity to multipartyism must be entrenched in the ongoing negotiation. We continue to reiterate that we expect parliamentary party and membership be respected and not undermined during talks. Everyone should be respected. No underminement of any of the side. That you will not see them as lesser or what they bring to the table not being of value. Wanataka respect going forward. Number 6, Azimio remain committed to the spirit of Easter deal that saw the two parties to commit dialogue and call on the transparency process that engage in all issues bedeviling our country, namely extremely high cost of living, electoral injustice, and we have swept under the carpet for decades, safeguarding multipartyism and safeguarding our civil service for politics. Those are the main agenda. So in simple terms, Raila is bringing back the People's Baraza to continuously checkmate the bipartisan dialogue. So in as much Ruto wanted to remove Raila from the people and have this conversation reduced to that 14 committee member, and then to a Raila, William Ruto, and then they want to sort that issue in that manner, people are saying Raila is looking for another way to say no. It's also all about the people. Cost of living, IBC, server. That they don't want this committee to move away from the main agenda that saw William Ruto and Raila Odinga have a dialogue. That is the view I can read in all this situation. So it is not going to be easy for William Ruto, and it's just an information to tell him that, look here, we can easily go back to the street. Wakienda back to the street, I'm telling you, even investors are running away. The economy is becoming ungovernable. Now Kenya is more unsecure for business, and anyone who think about investing in Kenya. It's all about William Ruto to make a decision between getting it right or losing it completely. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you so much.